Hey kids,
Hey, Dad.
what do you want to do today?
We don't know.
Want to go to the movies?
No.
Want to go to the water park?
No.
Want to go play disc golf?
Yeah. Let's go play disc golf.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RC Disc Golf Podcast. We are back at Spartan Disc Golf Store, but today we have Scott Sherwood, everybody.
How's it going?
Scott is the parks director for the nonprofit organization.
Yep, I am the director of parks and courses for Buffalo Niagara Disc Golf,
Yeah, there we go.
as well as other things.
As well as other things. What's the other things you do? Let's get let's start with a little bit of a background first then. Let's do that. So like how many years you been playing? How'd you start?
So the first time I actually played was 2015.
Okay.
Randomly picked up some friends, like, here, come on, play. Threw me some discs, ended up playing.
Was it a destroyer?
No,
Oh,
it was Trilogy.
okay.
That's why I still love Trilogy to this day.
That's usually a theme. I started with a destroyer. Kev started with a destroyer.
Just everyone Destroyer.
Yeah, everyone.
No, actually, I think the first one was, the very first disc I threw was a Deputy.
Okay.
From,
I don't think I've ever thrown that.
Understeel, Dynamic.
Dynamic. Okay.
They're understable putter.
Okay.
I think it's the same as, was it the Fierce from Discraft?
Okay.
I think that's the one that when Paige shifted over to Discraft, she created.
See, that's how I should have started for sure. Throwing an understable putter first. I think that's how I should have started.
I started throwing putters and then it went right to drivers. And then it wasn't until I rejoined the sport in like 2020 that I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Okay.
You're throwing these high-speed drivers and it's like, why is this not working? And then it's like, everyone's like, throw something slower. So I start with a putter, learn the putting and all that. So.
Yeah, exactly. I just learned that this year.
Oh.
Well, not this. Well, late last year.
Yeah.
This year's still open. We haven't started anything yet. But
Well, you haven't. I have.
I did one doubles. I did Winterfest.
Winterfest?
Yeah.
I'm actually this year have doubled my tournaments already than I did last year. Last year I played one. I did the New Year doubles.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
And now I'm at two because I did those tomorrow and then we just did the UB thing.
Yeah, if you're only playing one tournament a year, it's easy to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think I did 11 last year.
Well, I did 15 the year before.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to take a step back. And then with everything going on, I was like, oh, okay, I took way too far back.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't going to miss the inner doubles because that's always the fun.
I'm starting out doing doubles this year. I didn't do any last year, so I did Winterfest. I'm doing Fooling at the Dizzle, and then I'm going right into Point Series after that.
Right now, I have maybe playing Saturday with the Trippin'.
Okay.
And then after that, probably not till SDO. It's going to be kind of my next big one.
Okay.
So.
All right.
But definitely a lot of casual rounds, leagues when they start up. Obviously, I'm helping with Sunday Fun Day this year, so.
Which one are you doing, Joseph David?
I'm going to be up in North with Kev and Nicole. So.
Okay.
Lot closer, 45 to an hour drive versus 20. I'll take the 20.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But there's going to be times where the two are going to meet you up, so I'll still get to play my fair share.
I'm thinking about doing some leagues as well, and I might flip-flop Sunday Fun Days. So I'll do like 1 week at Joseph, 1 week at Como. We can go back and forth. We'll see how we are. I want to play better at Como. That was my whole goal.
Como's tough because it looks so easy on paper.
Exactly.
And then you go through it. It's like, what am I doing?
Like just hole one, I cannot par hole one. It's a par 4. There's like nothing in the way. Some trees, but like it's a fairly open fairway, and I cannot get there. So
I've gotten better there. I've kind of played it a little bit nicer, but yeah, one's always giving me issues. And then was it 15? The one after you throw over the water, the 15 there.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's the easiest one ever. You miss that first tree, you're there.
Yeah.
Hit the tree. The Spartan doubles they did there last year from the red tee pads. I was like, I'll just take it easy, understable, kind of just let it go in, hit the tree right in front of me, turn 90 degrees, went right into the water. I was like, okay, well, that happened.
Yeah, I've grip locked into the water on 15 so many times, or just threw it directly into the dirt. And it's like, because I'm nervous about grip locking it.
Yeah.
So now I'm throwing it too low, and it's like, Yeah, 15 is a weird one in my head too. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
But
Because I don't have that problem on, what is it, 17? The other one along the water coming back?
yeah, they want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. It's
I can park that hole, though. I don't have a problem with the water on that hole.
You
It's
think
the
it'd be
same.
easier going-
It's the same shot as 15.
Yeah. And that one, too, it's like when you're doing a hyzer shot, you're hyzering it towards the water more.
Well, I'm lefty.
Oh, well, then never.
Yeah, I'm lefty. So that's where like my grip locks into the water. The water's on the left side of you, and yeah. But for some reason, 15 I have a problem, but 17 I don't.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
It makes
to
no
me.
sense.
I don't know.
It's Como.
It's Como. Como's ridiculous.
But,
So, anyways,
yeah. So going back,
Yeah.
got right back into the sport in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
June, I had just moved into a new apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and then moved into an apartment, new job, and the friend group I was rolling with completely disintegrated.
Oh, okay.
All within a span of like a month.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, kind of getting down to like depression wise and stuff like that, and they're like, "We need to do something." When Will and my mother was like, "Go out and play, just do something, get back out there."
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, got back into sport and never looked back.
That's good.
So
It is definitely a good thing to have for a hobby, I think.
100%.
Get you out of the house for sure.
Get you out of the house, get you in the warm air, or well, hopefully warm air.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I went out last week when it was like super nice out and played Ellicott Creek. I actually got a heat rash.
in March,
Yeah, it was weird. I never had that happen to me before.
yeah,
Because like halfway through the round, I took I parked by hole 1 by the bathrooms there.
Mhm.
So when I got after hole 7, I walked to the car, took my hoodie off, I'm playing a t-shirt for the rest of the day. And after that, it's like I have all these red bumps all over my hands and
Oh,
my
wow.
arms, and it's like, what is going on here? Itchy. It's like I didn't go in like any woods, so it's like it's too early for poison ivy, I think.
yeah, it's way too early for that.
So I'm like, what happened here? And my wife's like, I think it's a heat rash.
That's
This
because
is
we
weird.
I played Friday night, and then I played the front 12 Saturday morning when we did the cleanup.
Okay.
And we were out there, and we ended up playing the front 12. It was like surprisingly way nicer than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like after seeing how so much snow was at Ellicott on
Oh yeah.
Sunday for the UB thing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a mud pit,
Mhm. Well, it was when I went.
I mean, there was still spots, but
Yeah.
it was definitely not as bad.
I fell in the mud. Hole 15.
I saw that.
Fell down the hill.
I actually threw for the UB my disc went down. And I was like, it took me a good 5 minutes. I was so slow trying to get down because I know if I lose my balance.
Yep, you're going down. I went. It was great. Had a lot of fun. So that was the other time I went there like a week before that. There was still snow and ice on the ground and like huge water puddles everywhere.
Mhm.
And it was like the only time we could play though. And I was like, this is a bad idea. But I found 3 discs underneath the ice. So
Yeah, that's all right.
yeah,
No,
you know,
it's
win-win.
Sunday for UB, hole 7 was leading up to it was all grass, and
Mhm.
you get to the basket, it was just snow, all the way around in a 50-foot circle.
Oh wow.
I was like, okay.
One thing I thought you guys should have did at Ellicott Creek, hole 10, that whole pyramid thing that you built. I think that should be at.
That was nuts.
I know. I'm just saying. I think that should have been at hole 7, because hole 7 is usually underwater after a heavy rain. It gets pretty wet and muggy over there, but so does hole 12.
Hole 11.
Yeah, all around the baskets. So that's why I want to see more elevated baskets around, because one, that reason, and these these parts that usually get flooded
Mhm.
would be kind of nice.
That is more I know we're talking about going back over there to some more work at Ellicott this year, but wood chips. At least on some of the holes, after 8, you really can't do because you'll be wood chipping the whole entire fairway.
Oh yeah, 8's
But
rough.
at least near the 9's tee box. and
8's
then-
tee box needs to be redone a little bit, I think. No, not 8. Sorry, 9.
Oh, 9 definitely.
9, yeah.
Me and Charles were talking about that when we played. It was that one of the ones that gets so flooded and it's just covered in mud. It's like,
You can barely walk to the tee pad. It's so bad.
I mean, you do get it. You're off so much mud. It's like it's a slip and slide trying to
And
play.
for some reason, hole 9 is everyone's garbage pit at Ellicott Creek.
We picked up so much garbage from that hole
Yeah.
on Saturday. Me and Santos literally grabbed one of the garbage the green bins that they near the other thing,
Mm-hmm.
wheeled it all the way back there and just opened it up, laid it down, just shoveled it in.
Yeah, exactly.
It was ridiculous. That and what was it, 16? The downhill.
Yep.
they pulled out so much garbage from there as well.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing kind of the midway points, I guess.
I mean, kind of. I mean, 16, you're done. I mean,
it's like, why can't you just keep it in your bag?
Why not just hold on to it for 2 holes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's nice that you guys are already out putting in some work. That's good to see. I want to see more improvements on a lot of these courses. I know I've talked about this with Kevin, with other people before too. I really want to see alternate pin locations in permanently, just so we can have more variety.
I would love to see that. It's getting the baskets.
Well, you had the baskets. You gave them away.
Touché.
Just saying. You put new baskets in Ellicott Creek. You took out the 18. You could have used 5 or 6 of those and put it in the alternate pins that are there.
I mean, I think right now the only course in the area that has alternate pins that are both in both positions, I think, is Como.
No, not permanently. They switch them every year.
Some holes. Because like hole 10, you can go short or long.
Yeah, that one.
And I think 18 is short and long. And I think one more. So that's about all we have. Like, you're not seeing like what they have it.
Like 16? Are those is the ones up on the hill by the water and then 16, down on the peninsula?
And maybe 4, or that's a plan to put 4 to have have it in those spots.
Oh, and that long. Okay.
Yeah. People like the long, but there's still a lot of people who like the short.
I've never played the long. That's the Mando hole, right?
That's the Mando, then it goes to the left and down the road.
I've never even seen the long. Me and Josh played Sanction for Science for the first year there. Mm-hmm. We went and we're going through UDisc, and that's how I figured out. It's like, oh yeah, you can customize UDisc to play which tee you're playing from, which basket you're throwing to. So we were putting in the Safari layout based on the caddy guidebook.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever you want to call it. So he had the layout listed online. So we put it in UDisc as the layout, and I was like, there's a long pin position for hole 4, because we played from res to the short pin. That was the hole. But I never even knew that was there. Same thing with the short position on hole 14. Not before the short one by the lighthouse. Is that 13 or 14?
13, yeah.
13? Never knew that there was another pin position down by the water.
I believe Como every hole has placement for it.
Mm-hmm. But do they all have pins in the ground? I don't think they all have pins.
I think most of them do. I'm not sure. That'll be a Trevor question.
Yeah, because I've never seen them there.
I know 1 does, 2 does, 3 does, 4.
Like
5 is behind the tree.
Yeah.
6 is there. 7. Maybe. Yeah, I think most of them do nowadays.
Oh, we talked about 7 should be permanently in the long position, and you should have a permanent elevated lighthouse basket there.
So you say it should be up near the road?
Oh yeah, on 7.
Instead of the
instead of the dogleg right down there going towards the path to walk to 8, it's up the hill, up by the road.
I like that, but the problem is kind of the same reason I don't like. There was talks of doing like they did 10 at Como on 6. It's like, yeah, it would have been cool, but the problem is then you're worried about skips, and that's going to go right into the road.
Well, it's part of the game, though.
Well, yeah,
But
how many cars are going to get hit before people start complaining?
I don't know. Well, it doesn't have to be up in that spot. Move it to the right by the fence more. You could do that.
I want to see if I could get any hole like 15 at Como. It has 3 trees.
Mm-hmm.
Have an elevated basket, but not like on a platform. Have it hanging,
because
you can run lines from the 3 trees and have it hang, kind of like was the hole 18 at LVC.
What's that?
The Las Vegas Open. I think it was like 18 where it's like hanging in the tree.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. No, I don't think I've seen that.
I think that
would be cool. That'd be something very different around here for sure. But I mean, we're talking about a bunch of new stuff, new plans for this year. So
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, like I mean, anybody else out there too? Got any ideas? Comment on this video. Reach out. Comment anywhere, really. Shoot us some DMs. You got some crazy ideas? We'll pick your brain for sure. And that'd be really awesome. No, I don't think everybody does the temporary hanging basket. I think Clash of the Creek.
Yep,
that's the only one that I know of.
That I know of too. Yeah, but even the elevator, like the ones that we have here at Spartan.
Yeah,
they're for like end of year doubles, and I used it last year for the classic, and
that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I didn't like your placements where you put them, but they were fun. So, I mean,
What's that? I'm trying to remember where I put it for.
It was hole 1 at Royalton.
Yep.
You were behind the regular basket, like up on the hill.
Yeah.
If you would have moved it down towards the ravine more, so it would have been a shorter shot, but it would have been a huge death putt.
So that one, actually, I remember when we went there and we played the course. It was like me, Trevor, and a couple others.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much discussion on where to put that basket.
Oh yeah.
And like the main reason we put it on 1 is mainly because we didn't want to carry it.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
You know, when we brought it back, me and Kev had to carry it from where it was placed in hole 1,
mm-hmm.
so into the basket there, hole 1, all the way to his car.
Okay.
And that was they don't look heavy. They're made of light wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you're trying to carry it that far, it was
mm-hmm.
the worst.
You know, you guys should have done was put it in your car and drive it to like that little area by 17's tee pad there and put it on top of the hill and on 16.
At 16. Well, hopefully, so last year they apparently don't fit in my car.
Okay.
I learned that one the hard way. But hopefully this year we're going to have a couple more elevated and we're going to do some fun stuff with it. And
mm-hmm. The other one you did was hole 17 at Outwater.
Yeah, again, 17. Yep.
Again, the
death putt there.
I'm like, that hole is hard enough already as it is for a lot of people with it being such a narrow fairway. And then you throw an elevated basket there.
There was talk, me and Matt Zubik were talking about that last year, like possibly moving 18. It'll kind of bring it more towards the pavilion. So we can kind of set up that area as like a midway kind of the deal and kind of have it a little more organized. And so that way people, when they're checking in or playing, 18's ending right there. So if people actually want to come out and spectate, the first and last hole are not that far away from each other.
Yeah, okay.
Not that they're far away normally, but
yeah.
Instead of just a straight shot and kind of, play hyzer or unfortunately for you lefties, that might be a little bit issue.
No, because I usually have a bad shot heading towards the pavilion anyways.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm just now getting closer to 18's basket. I'm starting to I get to that tree that's on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's hit or miss for me. It's either I hit the first tree
mm-hmm.
and end up, my disc getting stuck, or I park it.
I had one guy on a card that I was there with, and there's a small little hole in the trees in the branches above you,
mm-hmm.
and he threw a tomahawk through there, and I think he parked it about like 10, 15 feet to the pin. It's like, what are we doing?
Why? What would I do?
Yeah. I mean, and I'm probably like 55, 60 feet away from the pin on a normal shot.
Yeah.
It's like, this is ridiculous.
We went there last year or the year before. We did team start like practice day, like middle of January.
Mm-hmm.
It was randomly nice weather. And I remember Matt Zubik throwing one on the downhill 4. Or 5, not 4. 5.
Okay, 5. Yeah. Okay.
And he threw a shot. It was terrible. I'm going to throw a second shot.
Mm-hmm.
He just chucks it. Perfect. Goes through all the trees. It ended up probably 250 feet into the cemetery.
Oh, wow.
We're just like, did it not hit anything? Like,
it must not have. Yeah.
Gone through everything and ended the cemetery.
That's why I like that those pine trees are now planted there. I can't wait for those things to grow up.
Yeah, we got a few years.
Yeah, I know we got a few years, but like that's going to be, I'm just going to aim at the pine trees and let it just drop right there. Yeah, that's going to be the new goal when they get grown. I don't really have a problem at hole 5. It's usually a nice little hyzer forehand for me.
Mm-hmm.
It gets down there pretty easily. Sorry. As long as I don't hit a tree.
Yeah,
that's the name of the game at Outwater Park. Just don't hit a tree.
I went there last year and we threw on that hole and ended up on the hill. But with the weather, it was all mud. Could not get to it.
Oh, yeah.
I kept trying to go up and sliding right back down. My buddy who is good at climbing, we played Chestnut. He ended up going into ravine to get a disc.
Oh wow!
So he's good at scaling. He couldn't even get up there. I was like, I'll just come back for it later.
I'm sorry, I have a problem. All right, so let's talk about your role then for Buffalo Niagara Disc Golf.
Mm-hmm. So I took the courses and parks, mainly because with all the stuff I'm doing Disc Golf 716, I didn't really want to do any more social media.
Okay.
I was kind of social media'd out, and plus Jilly stepped up for that role.
Okay.
I also went to school for drafting and design.
Okay. So
I was like, well, I can maybe actually use this for something. So I kind of took the role of doing the parks. So I'm kind of the point person for setting up work days, different things like that. I'm also been in contact with different park departments and stuff like that. setting it up, seeing what they need, stuff like that. Also, we're setting it up to wherever the tournament is that weekend, we're going to try to get out there and do a work day or do a cleanup day, even if just to go pick up trash to kind of make those courses just a little bit better.
Nice.
But yeah, so just that, and then down the road, repairing courses, and possibly new courses that we're looking at. I don't know if Kev talked about it, but
a little bit
doing like pitch and putt stuff for kids. So we're kind of looking at the different places for those that could go, stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Me and you talked about it a little bit before we started recording too. I would love to see more pitch and putts. I love those types of courses for practice. Real quick ones that you can get in and out within an hour of playing.
Yeah, just quick, simple, fun.
I think they're great for practicing approach shots and putting for sure, because that's usually like all you're going to need for those smaller holes for any seasoned player.
But also too, it's not as daunting, if you have a brand new player or juniors and stuff like that, where it's like taking to like a pond or Como.
Yeah,
that could be very daunting. So having that small beginner course, where they can kind of get their legs into the sport, and then go on to the bigger courses.
Although that kind of got me staying into it though, was playing Bond as a beginner, because like I've never walked it before, and I was like, this place is awesome.
It's a great one to walk. It's such a beautiful course. Same with Royalton. Those are my favorites to play because they have more park than I think. Like you're out there, there's no neighbors complaining or anything like that. Yep. So it's just out nature, away from everything. Emory the same way. But Emory's also just super long.
Yeah, that's the only thing is how long they take. That's one of the reasons why I never really played Joseph David, because one, it's a drive for me. It's like about 50 minutes drive. And it's going to take most of the day to play. It's if you do the whole thing, Well,
the nice thing about I always call Joseph Davis the Swiss Army knife of this area, because there's so many different layouts, so many.
It's a huge variety there. Yeah,
you have two 18s, 27, the full 36. Once they get it finished up,
that's okay. That's what I thought. I just talked about this with Josh, and for last week's episode, and it. I said 36 holes, and then I looked on UDisc, and it said 27-hole layout. I was like, now I'm really confused if I really screwed that up. Like, I could have sworn they said it was 36 holes.
So, 3 years ago, they made it 36.
Okay.
And then with all the reconstruction they did last year, I guess they took out that last 9, and they are completely putting the last 9 on the other side of the road.
Okay.
So, where before... they completely changed up the original 27 that everyone plays. Now the original 27 will be on one side, the last 9 will be on the other.
Okay.
And I believe they're going to all have concrete over there as well.
Very nice.
At least white and red. I don't know if they're going to have blues.
I heard new baskets too.
I heard that. I don't know what they're getting yet, but I know they're getting it.
So there you go. There's 36 or 27 baskets that you guys can use. Yeah. I know. I understand. We don't know exactly what you can use them for. The owner of the property might already have an idea what he wants to do.
So those are going to be owned by the state. So I don't know what their plan is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was all state money. And
another new course would be fantastic. Just not out there on the water. Bring it a little closer.
New York State is doing a lot of work with their parks. JD just got their facelift. Wilson got new baskets a couple years ago. Grand Island's getting redone, repaired.
Nice.
So, I think Lake Erie might be getting some work done as well.
I would like to see a nice trim job done at Outwater for these trees.
It wouldn't be bad.
It'd be a great idea. Later in the year is the best time to play there because all the leaves are gone. You can actually see where the pins are. But during the middle of the season and everything's all overgrown, you can barely get your disc through. The hole 3 is a nightmare trying to flex something up in there.
Yeah, hole 3 could use it.
Just that last guardian tree that's on the right side.
Oh, that can.
Touching the branches are touching the ground. It's like you end up underneath there, you're screwed. You're pitching out.
Pitching out, trying to get up.
Yep.
No, there's a couple, especially Outwater, because the Classic's gonna be this year. I have a couple things I want to get out there and cleanup.
Yep.
Just trying to work with the city as well, because I don't know if we're allowed to or what the rules are on that one. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. I understand that's an issue dealing with parks, is they might actually have a parks department that does it. They might not want to do it. Whatever their rules are behind it all.
Niagara County has that, where they kind of want their own people.
Mm-hmm.
Tonawanda with veterans.
Yep.
Is the same way. But we're learning with like Erie County, we can do some stuff, private courses, stuff like that. So
yeah, okay.
There's opportunities out there that,
mm-hmm.
there were some workarounds like with doing the cleanup days that we have planned already. They were like, well, can you do this? Can you do that? Like, okay, whatever,
Yeah, okay.
A little bit extra work, but it keeps us on our good side.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think I mentioned one year that to Tim during like one of the, I don't know if it was league or a point series, about getting some steps put in like hole 15 instead of the rope walking down the hill.
Yep.
Throw some logs down or some
they did
4x4.
They did it to hole 4. But those were also, they just reconditioned them.
Yeah.
Because those weren't there originally, that walkway.
Are you talking about down hole 5?
Or hole 5, not hole 4.
I think those used to be always there back when it was.
They were really bad
park.
though.
Yeah.
But I know there was a local Boy Scout troop that came in and did work there, if I remember correctly. So there's opportunities. Hopefully, now that we have a nonprofit and with all the paperwork and stuff like that, maybe we'll do a little bit more.
All right.
But I've been working with them because we're going to be I'm doing 2 tournaments there this year, so I've talking with the Lockport.
What's the other one? I know the one is Niagara Classic.
Niagara Classic, round 1 will be there, and then Lockdown at the Locks.
Oh, okay.
Which is May 26th.
Okay.
It's the Sunday of Labor Day, or not Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice because it backs up tree direction.
Okay.
So it'll be the all-day tree direction at Emory,
and
then a fun doubles with a...
Lockdown is a doubles event?
It's going to be a doubles event.
Oh, cool.
But the thing is, with Lockdown, you and your partner can only bring 8 discs.
Ooh,
so you have to figure out which 8 discs you want to bring.
Got them already.
So you kind of got... What is that good for your partner?
What do you mean? Oh, between the two of us?
Between both of you.
Ooh, so I have 4, he has 4?
If you want to do it that way, or,
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a fun one. And it's relaxing, laid back, especially after a lot of people who have played tree direction the day before. It's kind of more relaxing, stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna need the Firebird because I'm gonna need a flippy disc. Let's see what else. Obviously, my woodchuck for my putter. Maybe something more stable for some longer straight shots. So probably the Lone Star Curl or the Wraith. I don't know yet.
I've gotten so good at Outwater. I just give me a putter, my river, and like my trust. I can do mostly everything there.
Oh, and I'm gonna have to pick a mid range too. I just don't know which one.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Yeah, I would do like a yeah, it's gonna be like a starter kit. I would have to have like at least one high speed driver, something pretty stable though, because I'm gonna need something to get kind of far up on like on 6, it's pretty straight. A mid range, and a flippy fairway driver.
That one benefits if you have a friend who throws the same disc as you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it benefits because
makes sense.
You can pick and choose. But no, it's gonna be fun. Laid back.
That's very interesting. I like that idea. That's really cool.
I gotta other than the classic, which is like tea time.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole purpose of that is to make it feel as much like a pro tour event.
Yeah.
But the other 2 I'm running is the Lockdown, and then we're doing called Mid-Season Freeze Out, which is going to be at JD, red tee pads, 5 below rules.
Ooh,
in the summer.
All right.
On the reds at JD.
All right.
So
I'm getting kind of excited now.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. 5 below, I remember the first time I played 5 below, I won.
I have not won that. But I'm there. This year I didn't play much. I was there, but I didn't play.
I think I got lucky. I think I won it I was 1 down. I got super lucky.
Were we already at JD or we saw Pinewoods?
We were at
not JD,
first year at Ellicott, I think it was. And it was my first time playing. I did every week after that and just did gradually worse. So,
It's supposed to be the other way.
I know it's supposed to be that way, but I think because it got colder and colder and colder.
There was a couple weeks this week. It was just like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You know? But people kept coming, so
There's Five Below is awesome because it really
makes you learn.
It does. It definitely made me learn how to throw a lot of my mid ranges that I didn't throw. The one hooligan, I think it's a hooligan flip that I have. I was using that as a roller, so that helped me out a lot.
Sometimes you can get lucky because if it's cold enough, it's solid ground.
Oh yeah,
and you can do rollers, do skips.
Well, hole 10 was in the long position because the structure was being built still. So I threw a roller up there and I made it to the roadway.
Oh wow!
I was like, well, that was awesome. That worked out really well. So now I know how to throw rollers because of that league. Yeah. So I do that a lot at Ellicott now. I think hole 8 and hole 13.
Hole 8 can just go away. I hate that hole.
Hole 8's okay. It's another one that's a little deceiving because you have the obvious left fairway, but you have like weird branches that just come out of nowhere to knock it down. So
I really just don't have luck with like if the hole is numbered 8. I just know I'm not gonna have luck.
Oh yeah.
Between Ellicott and Como, hole 8.
So there's a guy. I don't remember his name. I don't know if anybody can find him out or not. I might be able to find him later. I'll try tagging him in this spot. He only plays hole 11, I think. At least for his Instagram. So he's got all these videos of all these different courses of him just throwing hole 11.
Just hole 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because it's different.
You can do that hole 8.
Yeah.
Scott throws 8.
Scott throws 8. See how bad it got.
Yep. You go all over the place and just play hole 8. And yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool idea.
Something different.
It is something different.
Yeah, hole 8 though, just especially Como, because it's such an easy hole.
Hole 8 at Como should be a par 4.
Yes or no?
Put it up on the hill where you had the elevated basket for was it for
SDO?
Was it for Lights Out? I can't remember what event it was. I don't know if it was Lights Out or if it was.
We had elevated for
or if it was sanctioned for science.
Oh, maybe it was sanctioned.
You had because we played from the whites, throw across the water through the gap, and then there was an elevated pin up on the old pavilion structure there, like the foundation of the old pavilion there.
Oh,
and you guys
there,
and you guys had an elevated pin up there. Then you made it a par 4. It just makes more sense to me.
Yeah, that shouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
That's like hole 18. I would love that hole.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I hate having to walk over to it.
Yeah, that kind of, it is what it is. But yeah, hole 18 in the long position over the water there is pretty cool. I have that dialed in pretty good too, especially when it's a par 4. I can easily get a birdie on that one because I get up to the top of the hill and it's just an easy putt across.
Cross and then tap it in.
Yep. So, and especially if you hit the structure right in front of it, great.
Yeah,
perfect shot.
Ricochets back into the water.
not that hard, but no, it's a good hole. I like that layout a lot. I like the pavilion, or not the pavilion, the peninsula as well for 16. I like that better in the longs than the shorts. I don't like how far longer you guys made it. I liked it when it was closer to the trees that were laying across the pavilion because that was my landing spot.
Oh,
I knew it was like as long as I hit those trees right there, it's a real easy putt up and I can make it.
I told Kevin Trevor that'd be a real cool. Put that in elevated, but I like make the elevated look like a lighthouse.
Yeah,
you have lighthouse on either end of the island.
That's awesome.
So I think they're becoming cool and different.
Let's do it. I'll help you guys make it. All you got to do is get like a couple different sized trash cans and make it look like a lighthouse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, paint it. Put a basket on top.
Yeah.
It's really simple.
Make it look nice.
All right. So, okay, quick question here then. With all the courses around this area, which one's your favorite to play? I know you said Royalton.
Royalton is up there. Favorite to play, I would say either was probably Royalton or Bond.
Okay, well, that's everybody's favorites.
But I think
Bond doesn't count
my
anymore.
most played are JD and Ellicott.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy where I live in the Falls because, like, I have so many options to play, but I have to travel each one.
Yeah.
I got nothing close, but, like, Beaver, Ellicott, Pinewood was an 18. JD, Bond, they're all within that like that second ring, like that 15 to 20-minute drive.
Okay.
But there's nothing closer.
Oh.
So I'm kind of lucky on that aspect.
So which one is your favorite to learn at then? Like which one would you rather go to really hone in your skills?
I would probably say Joseph Davis.
Okay.
Just because like the wind there is so random.
Okay, yeah.
Like the bottom rack of my cart is I call it the JD cart, the JD discs, because of the overstable stuff that I'm only using high winds.
Okay, yeah.
But JD can be such like you can be calmest day, or the very next day be 80-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, that's pretty close to the lake, so yeah, that's going to happen.
Like I remember when Dyna Disc Golf did their first, they did I don't remember the name of it right now. It's drawing a blank. But they did a safari layout there. And
Okay.
it was 9 T-pad to 12's basket.
I'm trying to picture it in my head.
It was either 9 or 10
Okay.
T-pad, and it went all the way over to 12 where the island was
Okay.
at the time. And it was like 90-mile-per-hour winds.
Oh, wow.
And you're shooting across an open field. It was just like, okay, well, this is fun.
A lot of OB for that, too?
Well, with the wind, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of... That's crazy, okay. Trying to think of it. Oh. All right, which one's your worst? Which one would you rather not play any time of the day?
Chestnut.
Chestnut.
I love the course. It could be so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's been talks with like me and I know Eric Shaver's been talking about it as well. Like it could be so much more.
Mm-hmm.
But those T-pads are just...
Yeah, the pavers.
The pavers just are terrible.
Yeah, they could do some work for sure. I know Chestnut is a easy high scoring type of course, especially the way that they had it parred. A lot of them were stupid par fives.
Oh, it was crazy. It's like, why is this a par 5?
Yeah, I know. I'm getting the eagle.
Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense because I would go through it and I'm looking at the course and I'm like my scorecard. I'm like I'm 6 under. That's never happened to me before.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I'm at least 10, 12 over. This is like my first year of playing. But Chestnut, I'm under par. This makes no sense. Then I realized, like, oh, half of these are par 5s when they should be par 3s.
The first year I played, I went and did Chestnut. It was like we actually went from... It was the first year of the point series at Outwater.
Mm-hmm.
Did that, picked up, I think it was Charles. Or no, it was Will. And then we went and played Hawks. And then went and played Chestnut, met up with the people there.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we had Chestnut, I was like, I'm tired as it is. We were playing all day and driving because I was driving at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the Chestnut shot like neg 3, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
That's a fantastic day for you.
I will say this though, like as much as I hate Chestnut, it has the most potential.
I think it does.
You know,
I think it does too. I mean, hole 1 is pretty similar to hole 1 at Bond.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a hyzer shot for me.
I ended up losing a disc because they told me I asked someone who's played there before, I was like, where's the basket? They're like, oh, it's just right there, you know, a little bit into the woods there. I'm like, okay. And I shot I think it was my the base plastic river, and I shot it and went right into the ravine.
Oh, wow.
I was like, great, this is how I'm starting. And I walked up, I was like, this is nowhere where you said it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great. I don't know what else I need to ask you, to be honest with you. If you could have a course anywhere, obviously you're going to pick something close to your house. No, that's a dumb question. I just answered it.
Yeah.
My backyard, I want a course there.
I would love that.
That would be fantastic.
Hopefully
Jinx.
one in the falls will be nice.
Which one?
I'll take one in the falls. That would be nice.
Yep. It would be kind of cool, like at the falls. Like on what is that turtle? What's that called? Turtle Island. What is it called?
Duck Island's up in Hyde Park. You're thinking Goat Island?
Goat Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about like when they did the like urban disc golf thing. I was like, that'd be kind of cool if we could do like an urban disc golf thing at the falls, you know, or like Whirlpool State Park kind of deal. But I'm like, you would have to do that early in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Or later in the year because that whole area gets just mobbed with tourists, and you're never gonna be able to do it like during the summer Like 5
That's
o'clock in
true.
summer, you're just not so well.
Way to go, Jimmy. Dumb idea. I
I've already done the research into it. So.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take a spoon out my throat. There's I just thought of another one too at the Old Fort Niagara. There's a big park over there too.
That would be a fun one.
I don't know. It's another one that's usually high in traffic with tourists. So,
although like a temporary putting league at the fort would be kind of cool.
It would be kind of cool. In the fort?
In the fort.
Yeah.
You know, do a couple on the hills. And
yeah, right off the ramparts. That'd be awesome. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, guys. I'm being stupid.
If anyone works at the Fort Niagara, please reach out to me.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, me and Josh talked last week about these old abandoned malls or abandoned schools that are everywhere to throw an indoor urban park. I mean, I don't know if you would be able to do one permanently. I don't know how that would happen, but for a league, I think it would be fun. Or just for one event. Yeah. I think that would be fun too. I don't know. We have so much potential here that we have not tapped into yet.
There's so much. Every time I see land, I look at it and go, yeah, we could do something that, you know.
I think about that all the time too, but it's like, why would I buy property just to throw in a disc golf course? I'm going to lose so much money. Because, like, what do you do after that? Mm-hmm. What do you do with property taxes? I'm not getting any money in because it's private property. Nobody's paying me to play the course.
Just make it a private course. You look at UDisc's like top 100, and majority of them especially the top 50 nowadays are private. You have to pay. You got to pay to play. You know, Maple Hill, a lot of the ones in Europe. Yeah, they're paid to play.
All right. Sorry, honey, we're not building a house there. We're putting a disc golf course in.
I think it comes down to the old adage, you know, if you build it, they will come.
Okay.
You know, if you give, I mean, you look at Maple Hill, you know.
Do you have to pay to play there? Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
I don't remember how much it is. I know Charles and them went out there and did it, but Maple Hill, a couple others, like, yeah, they're you know, $30, something like that, but they're destinations.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they're not only do they have the Pro Tour staff that helps build it up,
yeah,
but they put so much work and so much stuff into it that it's like somewhere you go for the whole day. You know, I think Maple Hills is like 4 different layouts or something like that.
Wow, I didn't realize that either. That's cool.
And they're in there all the time too. So it's not even like just switch it around. Like you can go there and go, okay, I'm throwing this one. Yeah.
That's what I like to see. I want to see that around here. I mean, I know Joseph David has the highest potential, I think, for that right now, other than alternate pin locations. But on UDisc, it has all the Safari layouts on there. The bi-week blitz is on there. So you have the opportunity to do like huge layouts if you wanted to, which is great. Now with all 3 T pads being in there too, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a fantastic course this year. So
I said we did Toasted tomorrow there. New Year's Day, and just seeing the course and just like these tee pads are just a game changer. Like to be able to go like, hey, we have reds, like concrete reds.
We don't have another course around here that has them.
Yeah, Wilson, Tuscarora.
Oh yes, but I forgot about Wilson. Wilson's one of my favorite courses.
Not my favorite.
Hole
1 is amazing. After you get past hole 1, the rest of them are just there.
Hole 1's okay. Hole 1 for a lefty is difficult.
Oh, yeah, for you.
Yes. I need the trees to be trimmed so I can have my hyzer forehand over the road again. That's it.
But no, I like just seeing stuff like that, like seeing the sport grow and actually seeing money put into it, especially by the parks. You know, it's like, okay, something's good, it's happening.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this one, Scott. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah.
Guys, again, if you have any other ideas or any way to reach out to help out, feel free to DM any of us, really. You can DM me, and I'll get you in touch with Scott. I'll get you in touch with Kevin. Anybody else, really, that's involved with cleanups, any other work days, because we're going to be doing a lot of them this year.
Yeah, if you go to Buffalo Niagara Disc Golf Facebook page, the website.
Oh yeah, tell them the website and how to find everything, become a member and all that stuff.
So you can go to bndg.org. All the information's up there. We have the work days that we're doing, the tournaments, as well as our membership. Something cool too with the membership is we have our standard one, and then we have a championship level one, but you don't get there by paying more.
Okay.
You earn that. You have to earn that position.
Okay.
So through work days, coming to the meetings, stuff like that, you actually earn hours towards it. And if you get to the 40 hours, you can actually earn that new upgraded membership.
Nice.
So,
any other benefits with that?
we're working on some stuff.
Okay. All right.
Top of my head, I know.
I do know you guys get a discount off for
PDGA and
PDGA membership, and UDisc was a new one.
We're the very first club they've ever offered that to.
That is awesome.
That's something different. So,
all right, guys, thanks for tuning in for this week, and we'll see you out there on the courses. Peace out.